That's the elevator. Gallery. Library. This painting's covered by a sheet. Ah! Bunch of T's in different typefaces. This one is more avant-garde, I guess. T's, ats, tats. These are the three kinds of tattoos that have been invented so far. Mom, dad, beer. Stats. It's a list of statistics about the gallery. States. It's a list of all 45 states, including New Jersey, West Virginia, and Alabama. You wonder what will get annexed next. Maybe it'll be the North Massachusetts territory. Wait a minute. The stats plaque said there are only 3 statues here! You peer closely at the statues until you find the one that you're pretty sure is just a guy covered in flour. Hey, buddy, what are you doing? Look, I am 95% certain you're a real person, not a statue. What are you up to?
I'm a statue, go away.
Okay, now I'm 99% sure.
Go away.
What's your name?
Paul, go away.
Hi, Paul, I'm Maximus. What are you doing?
I'm pretending to be a statue so the ghost won't get me. Go away, you'll blow my cover.
Hey, I'll see what I can do. A list of boring laws from before the cows came home and everything got fun again.
Objection.
Huh? What are you objecting to?
Your face.
Overruled! What's your problem anyway?
It's legal stuff, you'll never understand.
Yeah? Try me.
Fine, what's the maximum legal caliber for a civilian handgun?
800. 800.
Try again when you actually know anything about gun law or anything.
Not so close. Okay.
Okay, I will tell you, Max, this ghost right here has the single most complicated puzzle in this entire damn DLC.
Well, I'm gonna do it. Ah! Library. A book is a terrible thing to not read. Where's the switch to? Ah!
There's an achievement for finding all those. Okay, Max, welcome to the secret puzzle room, as well as the things for required puzzles room.
It's a big dictionary on a pedestal. Could come in handy if someone tells you to look something up in your Funkin' Wagnalls. Look something up. What do you want to look up? You look up gun law in the dictionary. Gun law, someone who analyzes fire for battle. That's not what I learned in school. $69. A weevil behind an iron cat. What the? Rhino, we're a wheel with a light balloon!
Okay.
Alright. This ghostly librarian is glaring at you as if daring you to make a noise. Excuse me, but... Shh. Oh, sorry, I was just...
Shh.
Okay, geez, is this good?
I suppose it will do. Now, what was your question?
I was wondering...
I was wondering how you died, if it's not too personal a question.
I was caught in the crossfire of a library shootout.
Wow, what happened?
A pair of ruffians got into a heated argument over the comparative merits of Anton Chekhov versus Henrik Ibsen, and when they started shooting, I attempted to step in and stop them. I simply won't abide gunfire in my library. It's far too loud.
That's your only objection? The noise?
That's quite sufficient. I won't tolerate noise of any stripe, and certainly not gunfire.
Ibsen versus Chekhov? What was the point of their contention?
I don't recall the particulars. I just remember the Chekhov fan shouting, "Remember that gun I showed you in Act 1?" before opening fire. The noise was dreadful.
I'll see what I can do.
Remember that gun I showed you in Act 1?
Yeah. Row upon row of identical-looking books with only numbers on their spines. You have no idea where to even start. There's a guy laying here trapped underneath a large book. You okay under there?
Shh, no talking back there.
Sorry. Jeez.
You look up boo in the dictionary. Weird. There's an entry for that word, but no definition. It's just a picture of... Oh no. A picture of what? A picture of what? It's a picture of you! Ah!
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Aside from musical gadget used in farming.
Okay, so... Is this a room I have to come back to, or is everything I need to solve this already in here?
Oh, like none of the ghost shit is in their room with them.
Okay. That is...
It's all interconnected. It's just you slowly figuring out what you can do until you have access to everything and just like, okay, what the fuck goes where?
You give the elevator operator the button you found, and she sticks it into the empty buttonhole in the elevator's control panel.
Hey, thanks a ton. You sure are helpful,
Maximus.
Well, how do you get Maximus? Which floor?
Go to the 3rd floor. You always hated these things. Nice painting.
By the way, you could probably give Florence those science doodads to upgrade her damage.
Oh, right! I've been collecting those. Yo, Flo, what do you know?
According to my weird instruments, there are 13 ghosts left on the premises. More precisely, there are 4 on the 1st floor, 4 on the 2nd, and 5 on the 3rd.
Cool, I found something for you.
Ooh,
Festoon...
a
Gun?
costume-coated diode. Neat.
Ah.
Holy cow, a counterclockwise phase inversion coil. I've been looking all over for one of these.
Nice. Looks like they have a music room. What kind of music do you like, Florence?
Electro House.
What?
You won't have heard of it yet.
How bohemian of you. Kids' rooms. That music is creepy. Looks like this is where the creepy music is coming from. This teddy bear is being comprehensively and enthusiastically disemboweled. Oh hey, this stuff would be perfect for making a cylinder. Sorry, Teddy, this is for the greater good. Composition of this painting is bad in every way. It's full of baby supplies you don't understand, like bottle pillows and swaddling rattles. It's a toy box. Who knows what horrors it contains? Stuffed gun. Less macabre than you were expecting. Some wooden blocks with letters on them. Ah! More of a 3.5 poster bed. This little girl ghost is serving imaginary tea to her guests. The doll, while terrifying, is largely indifferent. The museum employee, on the other hand, is playing along with a rictus grin on his face. The little girl wears an annoyed and disappointed frown. Hello there. My name's Maximus. Can I join your tea party?
If you want, I guess, but it's a terrible tea party.
Oh, what's wrong? You aren't having any fun?
All I have is dumb made-up tea. I want a proper tea party like Mama took me to.
Tell me more about that party.
We went to a real tea room. It was so pretty. There were vases with flowers in them, and everyone was all dressed up in suits and pretty dresses, and there were white china teacups for the tea. Real tea, not imaginary.
Well, that sounds very nice.
It was. I was so nice, and everyone was so polite and charming and elegant. Well, until the fight started anyway.
Uh-oh, there was a fight?
Well, 2 gentlemen there got into an argument. I don't know what it was about, but I guess one said something the other didn't like, and he was so insulted he threw his tea in the first man's face. And then they took out their guns and started shooting at each other right there in the tea room.
Whoa!
They were still really elegant, though. They had little silver and ivory pistols, and they kept their pinkies out the whole time.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't remember the rest very well, except one of them missed the other and shot me by mistake.
I'm so sorry.
Thanks, but it's alright. Heaven's supposed to be really nice, so I guess I don't mind so much. I didn't get to finish my tea party, so I want to have another one before I go, since I don't have any tea, and make-believe tea isn't any fun anymore.
I've actually got some tea right here.
Oh, that's wonderful, thank you.
She serves the tea, and the four of you, okay, not the doll, sip it with your pinkies extended in genteel fashion. Then, with a giggle and a wave, she fades away. Rest in peace, kiddo.
Hey, one down. Oh, thank God. I thought it would never be over. Look at me. I'm shaking like a leaf.
Kind of a freaky situation, right?
Having to deal with little kids freaks me out bad enough. Having to interact with the coastal one was horrifying. Anyway, thanks for the rescue. I need to get back to work.
What do you do here?
I run the candy counter at the visitor center.
Oh. Huh. Wait. Hang on, I've been getting a fair amount of XP.
Glamour, glamour,
Yeah,
glamour.
I guess. Alright.
Alright, Max, you did 1 out of 13.
It's a doll mine. How adorable. Just look at all the little miners and minecarts and mineshafts and bowls of mine straw. What's this? There's a tiny stick of dynamite stuck into the borehole. This toy is interactive.
Max, look, it's you with your hat.
It's a Daniel Boone poster. One corner is loose. Ah!
Didn't expect that one, did you?
No, I did. This is a much nicer vanity than that of the average Frontier teen. There we go. This armoire is full of schoolgirl skirts and other clothes that would not fit you even if you think they might suit you. Someone's been slacking on their geometry homework. Do it for them. You decided to just take the book with you and do the assignment later. Rufus would probably understand this, but you sure as hell don't. Someone forgot a book under the bed. Fun Law, rules for 71 parlor games and assorted amusements for children. You flip through the book. Unsurprisingly, it's mostly about ways bored children can stay out of their parents' hair for just 5 damn minutes. It also has a little tag on the spine indicating it came from the mansion library. Okay. Guess I have to return the missing books. Ah, and now I have that, so I can use that on another music thing that I know exists somewhere.
Interact with the blackboard.
I know what's gonna happen. Ah! You monster! Why would you write that? Music room. This woman doesn't seem to be interested in anything other than cranking that hurdy-gurdy. You definitely disconnect the crank from the hurdy-gurdy without alerting the woman's attention, but it turns out you needn't have bothered. She continues to turn the crank, blank-eyed, even with nothing attached. You grab the end of the crank and pull her very slowly to the gift shop, where you find a Victrola to plug her into. Problem solved? Also, I'm here now. She seems just as happy here as she was before. It must be nice to have a calling. Oh, it's you, my hero and savior. Candy counter's open thanks to your efforts. I'm gonna buy one of each in case I need them. Alright. No, I don't need to be in here. Wait, there was another guy, wasn't there? Right, no. The guy that I got out of his room was the guy that sweeps now. Okay.
Yep.
Alright. Okay, so this guy needs chili.
Chili without a gun in it.
Specifically. Oh, chili spices.
Hey, wait, can you go look up the definition of poaching for him?
Oh god, that's actually that might be it. Oh god.
I forget how to do some of these.
I want to figure them out. So like if you just like forget and you think you know, then poaching. To slow cook by immersion in water. Aha! Do the page out so you can prove it to him. A savory soup made from beans, spices, and a gun. Wait a minute. You help me with some libraries? Can you?
Shh. Can you help me with some library stuff?
Could you perhaps be more specific?
I found a book and thought you might want it back.
Thank you. Put it back on the shelf if you would. The number on the spine will lead you to its proper location.
Okay.
The number on the spine.
Just go to the various ones and it will show you which one it is.
Next book on the shelf is entitled Gun Law. Ooh, here we go.
Yeah, they're not sorted by subject, they're sorted by rhyming. And being close to it.
Turns out to be a book about geology. It's bound in stone and it appears that each chapter is devoted to a different type of stone and is printed on slabs of the stone in question. This isn't going to be easy to move. I'm going to move it. Managed to keep the book off of the guy.
Ooh, thanks. I never thought I'd get out from under there. At least now I know all about the particular type of granite described on that one page.
How'd you get trapped like that in the first place?
Well, I work at the info desk in the visitor center, so on my breaks I like to research different kinds of info, in case anyone asks.
I guess you never know when someone might ask you about rocks.
Exactly. Oh man, I'm late getting back. Thanks again. Feel free to stop by my counter if you have any questions.
Sure thing. I feel like the geometry textbook probably also goes back here, but... it's hard to tell what row I'm in. Alright, I give up. But now I know how gun law works, so... Right, where... Who was it?
Gallery.
Huh?
She's in the gallery.
Ah, okay. What's your problem anyway? In fact, I think you'll find I'm quite conversant in the finer points of our justice system, particularly as it pertains to guns and gun-related activity.
Of course, Travis, you're all trousers and no briefs.
Oh yeah? Well, just try me, smart lady.
Fine, obviously you aren't going to leave me alone, so just ask your questions.
Ahem. I'm Maximus Reinigan, speaking for the record. State your name, occupation, and cause of death.
Felicity Wainwright, defense attorney, lost a court-approved trial by combat.
What? Trial by combat has been outlawed for like 15 years.
You do understand that ghosts don't visually age as time passes, right?
Oh, right. So your client called for a trial by combat, which meant you and the prosecutor had to face off in a duel.
That's correct.
And you lost. She squints at you.
Are you acting dumb to try and throw me off guard?
I withdraw the question. Why are you stuck as a ghost?
Because although trial by combat was already well out of fashion at the time, it was still a valid legal recourse. I should have been prepared for the possibility, but I wasn't. My lack of training resulted in an innocent man being executed for murder.
Oof. How was he executed?
Hanging, I assume. Obviously, I wasn't around to see it.
So to release you, I need to prove that the loss wasn't your fault.
The trial duel was completely fair and above board. There's no chance there having been foul play on the prosecutor's part. My loss was my own.
Then I'd have to prove your client was actually guilty, and therefore your feelings of responsibility are misplaced. The look she gives you is hard and cold.
Look, you think you know a thing or two about law. How about you tell me the first rule of being a defense attorney?
Don't accidentally call him Mom.
You have to trust and believe in your client. If you don't believe your client is innocent, you'll never convince anyone else he is either.
So if I want to convince you he was guilty...
You'll have an uphill fight, fella. You are essentially playing prosecutor here. Bax, are you ready to play Phoenix Wright?
Oh boy. Alright. Tell me about the case.
My defendant was Matthew Guilty McCready, accused of the murder of Victor Vic Tinsbury at noon on June 18, 1878 in Reno.
I have some questions.
Go ahead.
This was at noon precisely?
Yes, that was confirmed by witnesses. Also, McCready owned a fancy pocket watch that shined on the hours.
There were witnesses?
About half a dozen of them.
I'm pretty sure there's something you aren't telling me.
I'm not obligated to play my hand face up, Mr. Prosecutor.
Okay, then.
Go ahead.
Your client was actually named Guilty? Come on.
Names don't mean anything. I once had a client named Ike Ildeguy, but he was totally innocent.
For someone's actual legal name, sure, but nicknames are usually given with some sort of basis.
You never met a really tall guy called Tiny or a fat guy called Slim? Arguably, the name Guilty would reinforce my client's innocence.
That's totally absurd, but I'll let it rest for now. Let me ask something else. What was the cause
Go
of
ahead.
death?
Tinsbury was shot through the heart with a .45 caliber revolver.
And did McCready own such a gun?
Yes, he was holding it at the time, and subsequent examination showed that he had been recently fired.
Are you messing with me?
Any further questions?
Yeah, I do have more questions.
Go ahead.
Hang on a second. Shot with a pistol in front of witnesses at exactly noon. Was this a duel?
So you can add 2 + 2 after all. Well done.
Okay, well, I know all kinds of gun law, so I should be fine when it comes to duels. The book I read was pretty thorough.
Oh, why don't you quote me a relevant passage then?
Sure, the issues surrounding duel law are complex and cannot be properly addressed in brief, and so I refer you to the next volume in this series for a comprehensive discussion of the topic. Well, nuts. Guess we'll come back later.
Congratulations, Max. You completed step 1.
It can't be worse than Ghostwood, right? Right? Right, Rhino?
It's more interesting.
I'll take it.
Heard you have to pretty much keep going back at it for every bit of information. But some stuff you won't get until you find stuff later. This entry sponsored by Gun Industries.
Rhino, you're an artificial soup used to capture trees!
I knew it.
And I'm someone who builds blood for dance contests!
You blood dope for dance contests?
That's hardcore, I'll take it!
Yeah, you buff yourself up with extra blood to make yourself have to breathe oxygen less so you can dance longer.
Alright, what stuff have I... Okay, what stuff do I have that I haven't done so? Okay, poaching.
I don't think you've investigated the entire third floor yet, but you can go ahead and go to the first floor and do the thing with the kitchen. Maybe you can manage to make chili without a gun.
You don't poach eggs by shooting them. I have proof. Well, read him and weep, you weird old coot.
Tarnation poach, a method of prepared food, especially eggs, by simmering them in a boiling. I be a dadgum.
He dissipates into the ether, still muttering to himself. Ha! So there. Chili stove. You need a bowl of chili to give to that ghost in the dining room, and the stove seems relevant to that need. According to dictionary, you need some spices, some beans, and a gun. Wait, so we're trying to make chili without a gun in it, so you have to remember to skip the gun part. Okay, keep it together, Maximus. Spices. Yeah, you've got that under control. Grab a chili pot and put it on a burner. Throw in the spices. Shake a heaping helping of chili spices into the pot. The next step is beans. Unfortunately, you find yourself embarrassingly beanless, devoid of legumes. Sans haricot, as the French say. Lard.
Lord.
Larder. Lardist.
Lardist. Now go touch
Alright,
the
do it.
pots.
Oh, I thought this was gonna spell boo for me.
B2.
What the?
Is there beans somewhere in here?
Oh, weird. What you thought was a framed photograph is actually a window. Why does the larder have a window? And why is this ghost standing motionless in front of it as if he were a framed photograph? Excuse me? Hello? The ghost ignores you. You grab the ghost somehow and shake him until he rattles.
This activity at once.
Sorry, I got a little carried away. Now that I have your attention, how about telling me who you are?
Ah, you do not recognize me, Jean-François Lardist.
Nope.
Zot, I know simply because the photograph would not be sufficient. Without it, how would anyone know I am the famous Frenchman ever to visit Gun Manor?
Have a lot of Frenchmen visited?
Besides having the distinction of being the most famous Frenchman to ever visit Gun Manor, I am also the first Frenchman to visit Gun Manor, and the last as well.
Gosh, how did you die?
I was posing for a photograph to commemorate my visit here as a fool of a photographer fouled up when preparing the gunpowder flash.
Fouled up how?
He left a bullet in it.
Ah, I see.
I must have this photograph. Such a face as mine must not languish in obscurity.
Alright, I'll let you know if I find it.
Now, if you've already been to something that will give you the solution to something, should I let you know?
I'm pretty sure I already know what the solution is here. Oh no. Alright, let's do it. Old decor. I thought this was gonna spell B-O-O. God damn it. Alright, well I got that, so I can make that now. Hang on, turn that off. Alright. Got a few things that I can go do now. But first, pantry. Larder and a pantry. Ah.
The pantry.
Rack of pants, pants, and more pants, pants on a rack, pants, hey, there's a pair your size, fancy pantry pants. One rack, many pants, and yeah, more pants, another rack, several pairs of pants. Nah. This ghost is running around like crazy, hovering around like crazy, searching the racks of pants, or trousers you prefer, but we say pants here in the Western Territories. He seems too preoccupied to take any notice of you. Disguise yourself as pants! That's a sentence. That is a sentence and an action that I am going to take in this video game. You sneakily conceal yourself amongst the pants and pop out as he approaches. Boo! I'm Pants!
What? Jeez, buddy, you didn't scare the death out of me.
Sorry, I'm just wondering what you're doing.
I'd have thought it'd be obvious. I'm looking for a pair of pants.
You don't have any legs.
Yes, I know.
So what do you want pants for?
Nostalgia?
I see. How'd you lose your legs anyway?
Oh, geez, it's really embarrassing.
I don't mind.
Well, see, I didn't have a proper holster for my gun, so I was just carrying it tucked into my belt.
Ooh, trigger snagged when you went to draw it, huh?
Right, gets worse though. I was wearing one of those gun belts with all the slots around for you to stick bullets in, you know.
Oh, man.
Yep, chain reaction blew off the entire lower half of me.
Wow, so that's how you died?
Yes, that is how I died.
What kind of pants are you looking for?
The kind without legs.
Legless pants?
Well, I can't wear regular pants, you know, the legs would just flop around and it'd be dumb.
Guess you have a point. Yeah, we'll keep an eye out for some legless pants for you.
Thanks, I'd really appreciate it.
Alright, that's a thing. Alright. I don't remember exactly where it is, but I'm pretty sure I know where to go for that thing. I think it was in the cellar, actually. Old photos. Here we go. Yep.
Now, one problem is seeing as I was a bean slinger, I could literally conjure beans out of thin air for that particular issue. So I may have to... You may be on your own for that.
For the chili?
Yeah.
I'll probably find some. I found an old photo. It actually looks like you. Here!
Ah, marvelous. What a resemblance.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent pic. Good thing light travels faster than bullets.
Now my image will not be lost to 0 ravages of time. Merci beaucoup, my friend.
He hangs the photo in the window, it dissipates into nothingness. Something in another language.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Alright, Alright, nothing else in here I can do. Alright, okay, that's not helpful. Alright.
In general, your partner is not helpful here.
Alright, here we go. Cellar. I think it's here. You got the right size tin can, you got some stuffing in the appropriate density. Make a cylinder. Nice. Cylinder. Silent your pistol. Jesus Christ, it goes... Silence my clog button bust. God, it goes off the thing.
Now, who was complaining about noise?
I'm gonna have to get this gun now, aren't I?
No.
Hey, I know how to make guns quiet. Or, hey,
How many times do I have to tell you?
Sorry, but I know how to make guns quiet.
Oh, really? Can you show me?
You nod. You quickly and quietly leave the library, gather materials for a silencer, and head to the lab to craft it. You then return to the library and present it to the librarian.
I invented this thing that makes guns really quiet.
Oh, how marvelous. Finally, I can rest in peace, knowing that libraries will now be safe from the noise of gunfire. It is only in an atmosphere of quiet that true joy dare live. Bertrand Russell.
And with that, she disappears into nothingness.
He
isn't famous yet. Or whatever.
All right, you're making good progress.
Alright.